The beauty industry hates you. Don't believe me? Next time you walk into any department store's beauty section, you'll see youthful, wrinkle-free, digitally altered faces staring back at you from ads and posters. Notice that none of those faces look like yours, or anyone else's for that matter, regardless of their age. If you keep looking though, you'll notice that none of the women represent you. So, midlife women and over, does it ever feel like we don't exist? Case in point, do you remember Naomi Campbell, Christy Turlington, Linda Evangelista, Cindy Crawford? Those 90s icons that once defined beauty standards for us? While we thought we were pushing the boundaries and making strides for women, at the very same time, they were making millions promoting wrinkle creams and makeup as young models. So, even though those icons were marketed to us as the perfect image of youthful beauty when we were young, today, they've been replaced by a parade of 20-year-old Kendalls and Gigi's who are still selling those same snake oil wrinkle creams and makeup to us. Doesn't it seem odd that young women are selling us anti-aging products and the beauty industry is laughing at us the whole time? They're using young models to sell us anti-aging creams and makeup on flawless skin we no longer have. So why does the beauty industry ignore older women? At face value, it doesn't make sense when we make up a staggering 85% of all skincare purchases and control 95% of household purchasing decisions. Yet, the beauty industry pretends we don't exist. The cold hard truth is that the beauty industry ignores our needs while taking money out of our wallets, and we keep falling for it. Why do we keep getting duped? Well, buckle up, ladies, because we're going to break down the hows and whys of the billions they've conned out of us and what we can do about it. But first, do you need inspiration to live your best life now? Well, meet your new life coach, Mae Musk, with her empowering book, A Woman Makes a Plan. Yeah, her name is familiar because she's Elon's mom. And before you click off, whatever you think of Elon, she's a force to be reckoned with in her own right. When she'd given up on modeling, she returned with her hair fully white, or silver, as she likes to say. And she's a supermodel in her 70s. She's even got a billboard in Times Square. But there's more to this amazing woman than her outer beauty. To learn more about this grandmother, mom, and career woman with 2 master's degrees, read her book like I did. But do you have no time to sit down and read like me? Well, with Audible, you can listen to Mae's energizing advice and inspiring story in her own voice during your commute, workout, or whenever. With Audible's free 30-day trial, you can grab this title or thousands more. Just click the link below to start making your plan for the rest of your incredible life. I think you'll enjoy Audible as much as I do. Like me, you probably find it infuriating that beauty companies persistently try to convince us that women 40, 50, 60, and older are actually decrepit and over the hill. That turning 35 means looking tired, haggard, and letting yourself go in their narrow, misogynistic eyes. Well, as if enduring hot flashes and night sweats weren't bad enough, they need to hear us loud and clear. We fabulous 50-something plus women will not be gaslit into hating the skin we're in. We won't internalize their warped perception that visible signs of living, laughing, and lasting equate to ugliness. No more, baby. Just like the trailblazing suffragettes who fought for our rights and the revolutionaries that shouted "enough is enough" in the 70s, it's time we become the beauty industry's worst nightmare. So, how do we know that the beauty industry dismisses us? The proof is all around us, like I've been saying. Just take a stroll down any beauty aisle, flip through a magazine, or try watching 99% of beauty ads. Anti-aging makeup is marketing to mature women on models clearly not over 30. Then, those skincare advertisements abound, with more fresh-faced models touting products claiming to turn back time, not to mention the endless barrage of beauty influencers on social media who've never had a wrinkle. But guess what? We're not buying what they're selling anymore. Our confidence and life experience threaten their profit margins, so they feed us insecurity to line their pockets. But it's time to call out their BS. We won't be retired and regulated to being has-beens. That's not today's woman. But what's the real motivation behind the industry's tactics? To understand the full picture, let's dive into some context. Why? Because us mature women often have a deeper understanding of what truly matters in life. And those wrinkles, we've earned those badges of laughter and wisdom. Real beauty, confidence, and self-worth come from within, not from luxury anti-aging serums. And that's the terrifying notion for an industry that's driven by profit. Have you ever noticed how most beauty products target younger folks? I mean, it's no coincidence. All of the marketing companies are about appealing to Gen Z and millennials who've grown up seeing digitally altered images of supposed perfection all over the internet. And you know what's sad? A survey found that a whopping 40% of Gen Z and millennials feel ugly every single day because of it. Beauty brands know this vulnerability all too well. They tailor their campaigns and products to capitalize on these insecurities, especially among young women who might not have much money to spare. The result? Gen Z and millennials worldwide are spending billions each year trying to live up to those filtered faces they see online. Think about it. This is your daughters, nieces, granddaughters, and the young women you're mentoring. But here's the kicker. Again, who's driving most of the sales? Women over 50. That's who. We, remember, make up 85% of total skincare sales, and we also drive nearly 2/3 of all beauty purchases. Yet, are we getting the representation and respect we deserve? No, not even close. Why would the beauty industry overlook its biggest spenders by far? It doesn't make any business sense, does it? But hitting midlife is often portrayed as losing our value because the bloom of youth has faded, even though many of us are just hitting our stride. In fact, 70% of women over age 40 said they would like to see more beauty products targeted at perimenopausal and menopausal women. You've probably heard the saying, 40 is the new 30, or maybe even 60 is the new 40. But here's the thing, 50 is just the beginning for most of us now. We're coming into our own and putting those insecurities of our younger years behind us. We know what we want and what works for us, and we're willing to pay for it. It's high time the beauty industry start paying attention. So where does the beauty industry fit into all of this? Sure, some token marketing campaigns are aimed at us, but mainly it's crickets. Most brands just don't get it. I mean, beauty companies should know that a 60-year-old woman is not just an older version of her 30-year-old self. She has unique needs for the stage in life. We want companies to embrace a holistic, realistic view on aging, beauty, and skin. Today, older women are more educated, entrepreneurial, and financially independent than ever before. This begs the question we've been asking, why does the beauty industry pretend we don't exist? It comes down to money, honey. Dismissing women over 50 as irrelevant allows beauty brands to peddle the insidious myth that your sense of self and confidence should come primarily from a jar or a tube or a powder. Promoting ageist tropes is key to convincing all women that are turning 35, 40, 50 or older that aging is something to dread and despair, rather than a natural part of life. They've even brainwashed young women into believing that showcasing those laugh lines equate to becoming invisible. And all of us too. Talk about screwed up priorities. And don't get me started on the underhanded anti-aging terminology itself. Aging should be celebrated as the natural, dignified process it is, especially here in the US. Another video, we'll see how beauty standards are much healthier in Europe and other countries. So while we 50+ ladies live our best, most self-actualized lives, the beauty industry convinces us that crow's feet and graying diminishes our relevance and self-worth. Well, I have an emphatic message for any brand trying to muzzle our power and voices with that ageist BS. Not today, Satan. And there's a lot they don't want you to know about how the business is run and who runs it. So what don't they want you to know? The vast majority of beauty industry executives are, you guessed it, wealthy men over 50. Men like L'Oreal's CEO Nicholas Hieronymus, 64 years young and helming the world's largest cosmetics company. Or consider Estee Lauder's Fabrizio Freda in his late 60s, but you never know it when they pick 27-year-old Kendall Jenner as the global brand ambassador. Next, there's when Nip and Fab Skincare picked her sister, Kylie Jenner, whose product faves highlighted their wrinkle creams. She was 17 years old. In what universe does that make sense? Even companies targeting women that are 50 plus, like Rock Skincare, have 55-year-old male CEOs calling the shots. I mean, why don't we have more older women CEOs heading up these companies? Why not follow Estee Lauder's vision that every woman could be beautiful and keep a woman at the helm? Walk into any cosmetic company's office and you'll have trouble finding leadership over 40, let alone 50. Age diversity? They've rarely heard of her. Sure, there's some women execs, but never in the top spots. And female entrepreneurs with some life experience and wisdom from running their own businesses and brands? Not in my boardroom. And remember what we told you earlier about the industry's profits? They are getting your hard-earned money and not representing you. How is that right? I don't know about you, sisters, but I have never felt more comfortable in my skin than in my 50s, because I know who I am, and I don't need any man telling me I'm washed up and a has-been. Now, whether you embrace anti-aging and are dyeing those grays or whites, or you're going au naturel and accepting and being proud of living life to this point and proclaiming, hey, I've walked through fire and now I am proudly rocking my gray hair, wrinkles, and wisdom as a badge of honor, the beauty industry shouldn't be the one to determine what you do. It's your choice. And they should cater to all of us and not force a single standard of beauty onto you. Because here's what the beauty industry doesn't want you to get into your head, that women over 50 are the most powerful consumers on the planet today. We are the healthiest, wealthiest, and most confident ever. We celebrate the skin we're in. We don't desperately grasp at our youth, and that scares the pants off the big beauty giants. After a lifetime of older women being ignored in previous generations and erased by the beauty industry, our generation is waking up, and we have some demands to make. Here are our demands in no uncertain terms. 1, we want to see ourselves represented with wrinkles, gray hair, and all. Models in midlife and over 50 should dominate ads targeting our demographic. And I'm talking about body positivity too, showing real texture and diversity for our age group. 2, more products catering to our unique needs, from skincare addressing loss of collagen to makeup specifically formulated for mature skin. And don't you dare call it anti-aging. 3, supporting women 40-plus entrepreneurs disrupting your ageist industry bottom up. Stop suppressing their innovations. Invest in their indie brands. Acquire them, like Glow Recipe. And 4, make your company age inclusive from the top spot down. Hire women executives 50 over to lead decisions that target our demographic, and let them lead those divisions down below as well. And add us to your boards. Let all of them make decisions too. So instead of telling women they shouldn't get older, we need to move into a place of celebrating who we are now, goddesses, at any age. Now let's talk about what we can do to stand up and be heard. All right, ladies, it's time to take action and make our voices heard. We won't sit back and let this happen anymore, right? It's time to show them who their biggest, most powerful customers really are, us. And let's not forget about the younger woman coming up behind us. We need to pave the way for them, too. So here's the plan. We have immense spending power to the tune of $50 billion per year. Let's purposefully use that power to demand change in the stale, ageist industry. Let's upend it so it represents us, not some outdated male idealism. How? First, let's stand behind the proud few beauty brands made specifically for us by determined women in midlife, like Jones Road Beauty, led by the incomparable Bobbi Brown, and Nicole Beauty, led by Nicole Johnson. but we need more brands to follow their lead. You can make a difference starting today. Here are a few things that you can do. If you enjoy beauty products but are underwhelmed by the performance on beautifully aging skin, vote with your wallets. Support brands that support us. And let your favorite brands know that you expect more from them and demand they start catering to our needs. Speak up to them and be heard. They won't change if we don't demand it. And support fellow midlife and 50-plus influencers leading the social charge. Subscribe and engage with their channels on social media to boost their influence. And most importantly, keep making our demands known loudly and clearly with our wallets and voices. Choose products that accurately represent us and let companies know that we are the demographic they must serve if they want to continue to be profitable. The power is in our hands, ladies. Let's show beauty companies that ignoring us and excluding midlife 50-plus women is a financial mistake. Brands that embrace this demographic stand to build incredible brand loyalty. So which side are you on? Will you join us in propelling this radical shift towards accurate, empowering aging? Ladies, we encourage you to join the Forever 50 community today to keep glowing, learning, and thriving together. And together, we can redefine beauty standards, empower women of all ages, and create a world where age is celebrated, not feared. Remember, you're never too old to glow. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll enjoy this expose on how companies shouldn't conduct marketing. Here's to embracing our ageless beauty and living our best lives at every stage. Let's flip this beauty script together. See you in the next video.